morning to you all. Those of us who are associated with government or working in government, we know that the crisis is not the dark of programs. We have very good programs and policies, but it's always the last mile connectivity that is the issue. How to get across the services that we offer to the primarily rural and backward populations of our country, especially in a state like UP where I come from. So we are introducing two pocket initiatives that we have undertaken in our district, Gonda, two ICT applications. One is named Kisan, Krishak Information System and Network, and the second is EasyPass. Kisan is aimed to be a master software. It's a package which aims to offer all the services offered by the Agriculture Department. Well, I can't say all, but all the major services offered by the Agriculture Department from the nearest Common Service Center to the concerned farmer. And Common Service Center in UP we call by the brand Lowani, it's actually a CSK. And the Easy Gas, as the name suggests, is an online LPG booking and a delivery monitoring system that was originally developed by me in 2008 in District Basti, and we are now implementing it in Gonda also. Now, like Sir said, what are the flaws in the system as of now? I'll have to quickly go through that to understand what benefit the system is needed. First, in the Agriculture Department, we know that the input assessment is always not very accurate. It is based on a rough guesstimation on broad agroclimatic zones. As much how much seed or fertilizer is required, there is not very clear or accurate data. Again, left to the Agriculture Department, there is always complaining of favoritism and very random process in allotment. The information, as also the input, it goes in a trickle-down model from top to bottom, and very often it doesn't reach the last point. Again, we don't have any mechanism at the state level or at the district level which will tell us about whether the concerned individual farmer is satisfied with what is the consumer acceptance. And in UP particularly, we have a cooperative network is not very active, and that leads to complaints of overpricing and holding by the private dealers. Again, in the gas distribution system, now when this program was initially launched by me in 2008, then neither IVRS nor web booking nor the transparency portals or all the online all the gas agencies were in place. So it was only counter booking at that time. But even now, with all these things in place, there is one big lacuna in this B2C model, and that is, it is very opaque. We really do not know what is the net inflow of LPG into a district, how much LPG comes, and what is its delivery chain. So, and being an essential commodity, there is no reason why the district administration should not know what is the net quantum of LPG inflow. So this is this software that we introduce aims to bridge that gap and also to generate dependency reports which can help the district administration ensure easy access to this commodity. Touts and middlemen still operate in the rural supply chain, we know that. Like cities, IDRs may be working, but in the predominantly rural districts, still middlemen operate, and procurement is a challenging procedure. Now, Kisan offers 6 services, basically booking for seed, fertilizer, soil testing, and agricultural credit, which we call Kisan Credit Card in UP. The implement subsidy that is given on different equipments like rotavator, tractor, and all that. And lastly, crop purchase, with whether it is paddy or wheat. Now, you can skip through the slides fast. Briefly the process, what does the farmer have to do? He has to go to his nearest CSE, register himself on the Kisan network. And registering means it is like a mapping of the farmer. His net sown area, what is his cropping pattern, what is the mode of irrigation he uses, what is his bank account details, mobile number, his KCC if he has any, all these details are taken, and the farmer is registered a unique Kisan code, a certain number. Once he is registered, he is entitled to use any of the 6 services that our software offers upon payment of a user fee. So registration is free, but to use any of the 6 services, he has to pay a user fee. Now, I cannot explain all the 6 services for lack of time. I'll just say one as an illustration. Suppose it is fertilizer. The farmer will go, pay up a nominal fee of ₹10, book for DAP or urea or whatever he wants to take, and then he can also choose where he wants to collect his fertilizer from. Does he want to take it from the cooperative or does he want to take it from the private retailer? Then the software automatically calculates the net demand for fertilizer based on the calculation given by the Agriculture Department. This is to prevent that mafiagiri which is very prevalent in UP, like somebody comes and claims 100 bags, somebody like that. So once the software calculates the demand, the Agriculture Department will open its panel in the evening, see the the aggregate demand from a society and allot the fertilizer upon availability. Once the fertilizer is allotted, an IVRS alert is sent to the concerned farmer saying that fertilizer has been dispatched to your concerned society and you can claim it. So this is the system. Now, because I don't have time, I cannot go into all the other modules, soil testing and all that. Kisan, of course, we are trying to empower the farmer from a mere beneficiary into a consumer. Now he is entitled to a certain set of rights. That payment of a nominal user fee makes him a consumer. The rest of the things I'll not say, how it fulfills the supply chain, etc. But one thing I have to mention, for the first time we are getting a proper agricultural dietary of the district. We get a master database of how many farmers, what is this crop, everything, so that now on our policies can be based on accurate data and not just guesstimation. Thanks. Kisan, just take 2 minutes, easy gas. Now what the consumer has to go to the CSC, pay up a fee of ₹10 and book his gas cylinder. Then he has to sit at home and at an outer limit of 7 days, he is given the gas at his house. Now this 7 days, city areas, most of us are getting our gas immediately on booking, but rural areas also included. That is why we have set the 7-day margin. But what does the gas agency have to do? Every day they check their panel, as in they log in and check their easy gas panel. They have to enter the net stock that they received. So once the stock arrives, the stock is entered, and the software automatically allots the stock on a first in first out basis. So once the stock is allotted, and naturally because this is an online system, we can generate any number of review formats. You can get it agency-wise pendency, date-wise pendency, village-wise pendency as you want. Different types of reports, we are just showing the offline page. Advantage is that when the system started in 2008, the counter booking, the queues simply vanished. And even now, with all the IVRS and web booking in place, in district Gonda, 80% of our population prefers this as their mode of booking. And 2.5 lakh bookings have been registered on Easy Gas so far. And the reason being that IVRS is directly between the company and you. And here the district administration is involved and it ensures accessibility. And all the reducing human error and the perceiving, as in closing the demand supply gap and all are there. I'll not go into that. I just put a slide on the administrative software as to how we did it with all the stakeholder discussions and orientation workshops and branding and how we used a good logo and slogan and all that. Last slide. Outcomes, how it creates accountability and accountability in the system is, I think, understood. Only 2 things that are highlighted there. One is that entitlement right concept. The farmer and the LPG consumer is getting a commitment to supply, which binds the district administration also. And the second thing is, it is a bottom-up approach. Like the farmer is directly a part of the database generation and it is on self-declaration mode. He himself is coming and saying what all he does. Of course, we can get the data verified anytime by the revenue department, but essentially it is a self-declaration based system. And then how it is, just to share last half a minute, CSCs in Gonda, they found this a very commercially viable enterprise, particularly the Easy Gas. And we have a flourishing network of 264 centers. And it is incentivized and harness the honorable energy of our rural youth. It is beyond the Magur source point. Now, Easy Gas won but I would say that our real acceptance is not in winning the award. It is actually that in a backward district like Gonda, among the most backward districts of UP, these ICT applications have worked. 1.5 lakh farmers are registered on the Kisan network, and the Pradesh government is now rolling it out across the state. So I think as a district collector, that is the success story that makes me more happy. Thank you.
Just want to check one thing. Now that this DBT, DBT for LPG, once that comes in, then this whole touting and other things will probably become irrelevant, because after all people will pay the market price and then get the payment actually. So what is the big challenge in that in UP in general, but more specifically, let's say in Gonda?
Sir, DBT, we can, as of now, like I said, sir, once even the IVRS is now a preferred mode of booking. When it was launched, there was no IVRS. But even now, the very fact that we get to know what is the total LPG coming to a district, that information is not shared on the transparency portal also. It is called a transparency portal, but it's quite opaque. It just says when a person X or Y got his gas cylinder and at what time. It doesn't say that 750 cylinders of BPCL or HPCL or Indian Oil came into Gonda and then it came. So, being an essential commodity, there is no reason why it should. Government of India, the Food Ministry has called us for a discussion this week sir, on how to take the good features of the gas into the mainstream. This Thursday there is a meeting.
Second, quick question on this. Because you got 1.5 lakh farmers who are registered now. In how much time?
So we just started Kisan in the last 20 years. He has a whole project. Kisan just rolled out to the
And total how many farmers you have
We have
approximately?
3 lakh farmers. Sir.
So 50% of it.
And that too without any aid from government. Without any financial aid. It is entirely not standalone.
How many months have you spent in Gonda as a?
Sir, I've spent 8 years. This is my second.
Congratulations. Average tenure is normally 3 to 4 months.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gonda, nobody wants
that
to
is
come.
why you could have done so many things.
Nobody wants to come to
That's okay. Second question, this Easy Gas seems to be a state initiative.
No, not. It is an initiative that I started under my tenure as district magistrate of Basni in 2008. I replicated it in Gonda. Now Uttar Pradesh is trying to launch it across. There is some resistance from the oil companies as expected. But Government of India has also the CSC SPVs. They are trying to roll it out in all the common service centers across the country. So it is entirely.
This is developed by NIC.
And both the softwares are homegrown and done by the NIC.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. And
My DIO is also here, sir.
I want to know, as Easy Gas and the other initiatives you told us about, how did you integrate these things into Lokmani? Because Lokmani is a statewide initiative.
Lokmani was developed by our senior IAS officer, Amon Kumar. Basically, now most of the districts have a good network of CSCs. When he started, CSC network was not there. So we started to Lokmani. Now we use this interchangeably. Gonda has a good network of Lokmani centers. The only difference between the two is Lokmani is registered with the district Lokmani society and CSC is managed by the CSC SPV operating at the state level. So Lokmani centers are normally getting only certificates, IJR, certificate and all. We have added this commercially viable thing to the Lokmani and made them because just giving certificates is not getting the money now.
And have you got some improvement in your procurement system after implementation of e-procurement?
Sir, what we give in the procurement things is that the farmer is given assured purchase system. Now, when people like carrying the study, there is need to wait him along you, then his study may or may not be taken that day, so that randomness has been discussed. So it is working on it. And KCC, that Kisan Credit is doing amazingly well.
So how many days does it take them to get the payment on their card or account?
Kisan Credit normally going to bank, the bank manager asks for Khasra Lao, Katoni Lao ID, then he will decide not to give him at the end of the call. Here,
No, not the card. I'm saying, once let's say the bill has been procured by the same agency, and after that, how many days does it take?
payment is through RTGS.
How many days?
Immediately, sir. Matlab 2 days.
2 days.
2 days. And KCC is strict to the RBI norms, sir. Within 30 days, the bank has to accept the KCC or reject it with certain KCC. So we have made the banks accountable to the farm, which was not there.
One last question from my side. I get the impression that this is all web-based. Okay. So is there any effort to integrate mobile information updates?
So we are thinking of doing this farmer
The
advice.
mobile is something that is accessible
Sir,
to
Amigo IDR system has an alert for that. Subsequently, we are thinking of doing farmer advisory, like all these weather forecasting softwares, and we can give them guidance on what kind of sleep to use and all. अभी शुरू नहीं किया सर इसको.
No, but I don't know. It's too early for
Sir,
them.
we are thinking of.
Actually, most of the questions you have answered, which was coming to mind. I wanted to have one curiosity too. What is the position of other in Gonda? Then you can ask NIC colleagues to try to put it through the easy gas and other things. Second is just I'm very curious to know how much the CSC people are making money from you. पैसा बताइए. CSC is my brainchild and मेरा बच्चा है.
10 to 15,000 liter, they are mainly, so in total, out of which the biggest component is easy as government certificates don't have.
नहीं वो तो एक बार ही देता है. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल का नहीं है कैसा?
कुछ जैसे YM survey, one agencies running.
YM,
They are.
No, Stray is also there.
Stray
seeing that is very encouraging. Thank you.
In fact, as of 18th May, as of 18th May 2013, about 5% of UP's population was over 2% in Bharat.
I know UP started much later, but I just wanted to know because Gonda could be a very good pilot where Aadhaar can be integrated then and there, the moment it is there, because the successful application is running. Okay, thank you, Dr. Roshan. Yeah, sorry. Yes, yes.
My name is Dr. Kamal Taure. I used to be Commissioner of Hyderabad Division in 1985 where Gonda was there. So, only 2 points. Very good effort. But simultaneously, because the infrastructure is there, the effort has already been made successful in one area. Can you identify some more areas which bring Gonda as a backward state or poorly marketed districts? For example, can there be simultaneously IT through CSE for employment generation with banks? The deposit ratio is very poor. So there are many challenges in a district like Gonda. Now there may be some backward areas, overpopulation, crime rate, etc. Can there be simultaneously the lessons of this being replicated, thinking that you are no more than one?
So Kisan is in a personal stage. We are trying to get it out and get it out. It is at a very sensitive stage. आपने बताया तो बिल्कुल सही है. Employment generation programs especially roaming होता है बैंक से, चाहे वो सिटी एरिया में टूडा के मार्केट से हो या रूरल में भी आगे. That is a big crisis. अगर उसमें हम लोग कुछ कर पाएंगे, ये latest part है ना, it will be a big success. We will try to.
With all the I request, please start writing weak areas where you, if you remain, and your successor, if you don't remain, should continue. Thank you very much. Very good. Very good. Thank you.